Let's begin.
Here we go! Hi, everybody!
Start the insanity.
You are not worried, are you?
Me? No.
Well, we're waiting.
Hello, welcome to Super Media All-Stars. We are a weekly podcast, and tonight we are talking about video games. I'm your host, John Harris, and I'm joined by three other All-Stars. First one being Jake Boston.
So, we always talk about movies, and we always talk about games. We never talk about music. Within the past, 7 days, A$AP Rocky came out with an album, and Pusha T came out with an album, and Kanye just came out with an album on Friday. All hot fire, good stuff.
Spit hot fire.
Agree, hard agree.
We have Brent Harris.
What's for dinner? Oh boy, I'm so hungry I could eat it.
And returning, Andy Guild.
No one wanted to believe they even existed. And when the truth finally dawns, it dawns in fire. But there is one they fear. In their tongue, he is Dovahkiin, Dragonborn!
Another game quote. Nice.
Bethesda, hit me up. I can do your trailer. I'm really cheap.
Voice acting right there.
Yeah, thank you.
We got a great episode for tonight. It is jam-packed because we are vastly approaching E3, the video game conference that everybody looks forward to. And we got predictions for you tonight. The whole panel here will be giving our 2 cents on each conference and things that have been leaked, rumored, and confirmed leading up to the big conference in LA. But before we dive into that subject, it's been a while since we talked video games.
Sure has.
What's everybody been playing lately?
My wife is going to give birth to my second child here in the next couple days. And the last pregnancy that we had, she was in labor for 23 hours.
Oofda.
So I decided this time I would come prepared. And I would buy some games for my Switch. For the long, long wait. The first one, The End Is Nigh.
Oh, yeah.
I love Super Meat Boy, and I love The Binding of Isaac, and this is from the same creator.
Yeah.
This is pretty much Super Meat Boy, except Super Meat Boy has it's one stage, but it can be a scrolling, and it'll follow you, going up and down. The End Is Nigh is just one static stage, it doesn't move at all. You just go from one point to the other, and there's 600 stages. I love these fucking games. Super Meat Boy is one of my favorite games of all time, and this is just scratching that itch again.
But you guys?
I've just been kind of all over the board with a few different of my friends. I haven't played anything single player lately, but a few matches of PUBG with some friends.
You're still on PUBG, no Fortnite, bro?
Nah, I hate Fortnite.
Why do you hate? They're the exact same thing.
Scrub.
Because there's one key difference, and that's building.
Get good.
I thought you were gonna say art style.
No.
Oh,
okay.
That's not
I actually don't like the building part either.
It's
Yeah,
super.
annoying.
It's basically you don't have to be good at really shooting in the game. It's all about who can build faster.
Sounds like my perfect shooter.
It's super.
No shooting involved, yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then I also had one of my friends get me back into World of Warcraft.
Oh no, Brent.
Just for a couple months.
It's a user giving a user a pin needle.
That's why I haven't seen you in a week.
Yeah. No, it hasn't been that bad. We just both wanted to scratch an itch, so we're both going back and just doing some dungeons and stuff like that. So
I picked up Detroit, Become Human.
So jealous.
As did I.
Over the Memorial Day weekend. And John, you haven't played it yet.
No, I've been stuck wrapping up other things.
I beat it 3 times.
Damn.
And I got 3 endings.
How long did that take you?
So my first playthrough was I want to say 10 hours, and that was over the Memorial Day weekend. My girlfriend went out of town, and that's Andy
that's
time.
Why. That's why.
That's Andy time.
Lucky bastard.
So played. Yeah, it was 10 hours for the first playthrough. I got an ending that was okay. That it made sense. The ending I got, and then the way this game's set up, you can go back maybe halfway through the game and you make other decisions and try to figure out how to get a different ending. And the game tells you, unlike how Heavy Rain worked, this game tells you exactly what decisions you made and didn't make, so you can try to make the opposite one.
it's kind of nice.
Yeah,
definitely.
So you can always refer back. I like it a lot. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars.
Nice.
I give it 4-star game. And it was a lot of fun to play through. And the other 2 endings I got were equally. There's one that was really bad, and then there was one that was equally satisfying. So it's a lot of fun.
I'm excited to play it.
Mhm.
Yeah,
'Cause-
the mocap is fantastic. Like this
Yeah.
is the best mocap game I've ever seen. Like the characters' facial expressions look realistic.
Yeah.
It's not like what was that Rockstar detective game?
LA
Oh,
Noir.
LA
yeah.
Noir. Yeah, it's leaps and bounds beyond LA Noir.
Better than God of War, because God of War had mocap.
God of War was better.
Really?
God of War did it better. Yeah.
Wow.
Now that you say that, yeah, God
Okay.
of War did it better.
Sometimes too realistic mocap looks weird.
That's also true.
There's like an uncanny valley that
yeah.
happens.
Well, God of War also had fewer lines and scripted things to work through.
Yeah.
Like this has 20 branches in some areas that they need to record everything, get the mocap and whatever. So you can kind of forgive it a little bit for that.
Speaking of God of War, I beat the main story, and to continue to be spoiler free, that ending makes me want so much more.
Right?
Oh, God.
Yes, it's so good.
Yeah.
I think they said they had story plans for 4 more games.
And
Yes.
after playing this one, I want them. I want them bad.
Would you want would you want them all to be like this one was, where it was a single shot following Kratos the whole time and not showing anyone else?
It works,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't mind them experimenting just a little bit more.
Because I felt when I was playing through, like I would have liked to have maybe a cut to what the guys who are pursuing you are up to, because they kind of disappear for a while, and then when you do see what they're doing, it's kind of like, oh, I'm hugging a cliff and listening to them, and it's like,
Right.
yeah, okay, you have to give exposition somehow, but this is a little weird. And
You were right. The post game content that they give you to do,
There's
it's very
so much, yeah.
It's very rewarding.
a ton of it. It's great.
Well-
It's great how much they put in there.
Why is it rewarding?
There's in its own way, the game teases lore of the whole game of kind of Norse mythology, and as you learn and explore this world, they build up these characters that you never see, and then you actually finally get to see them more towards the end, and you're like, oh, this was an option that I could have gone back to
Yeah.
this entire time,
Yep.
Okay.
and they turn out to be fights.
Which they really didn't do in the original 3.
Yeah, if I had to rate this game, I'm pretty much with everybody else. This game is 5 out of 5.
Yep.
It is really that good.
Easily a 5. It's very pretty and it's very well done, and the story is very satisfying.
And I'm
I
very
really like
excited
the
to hear
story.
that supposedly it won't take another 5 years to get another God of War.
Let's hope
Yeah.
not.
Now that they've got the basic, like the engine set up and a lot of the models and everything for it, and they've got the world set up, yeah, it shouldn't take that
Sometimes
long.
that's the best thing, though, to get everyone, even
Oh, yeah.
non-God of War fans, hyped for it.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing I've been playing, actually, I haven't been playing, but watching, and I actually don't watch many video games, but my girlfriend's been playing a lot of Star Trek Bridge Crew, which is the VR game on PlayStation.
She is really in love with that Star Trek, isn't she?
She is. And for me watching it, it looked like, how's this fun? No, dead honest, because it's a lot of menu control, and if you've seen anything from the gameplay, you're the captain, you sit in a chair, and you gotta make decisions.
Also, kind of like World of Warships. Like, I see anybody play that, and it's just like, why would anybody waste their time playing that?
Yeah, Brent.
Motherfucker.
You sync that Yamato yet?
Yeah, I did.
Like, even when you make an $150 million
Smug.
movie about battleships, it's horrible.
Okay, well, the movie's fucking terrible. Plus, mainly because you start with, oh, who can we put in here as a woman? Oh, let's put Rihanna, because she's such a great
Hey,
actress.
she was good.
Uh-huh.
How dare you?
Yeah.
You rude boy.
She's been through a lot.
Well, maybe she shouldn't.
Leave Rihanna alone.
Getting back to Star Trek,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
basically like a lot of menu systems, and you gotta time things correctly, and within VR, you're limited. She played 2.5 hours straight, and after she took a break, she was like, I want to keep playing. I'm like, well, actually, we gotta move on. So all right, guys, let's go ahead and jump into the next portion of our show. Before we jump into predictions, we're just going to go ahead and cover what's been rumored, what's been leaked, and what's been confirmed going up to E3. And I just want to say right off the bat, does this year in particular seem like we've had more releases and teases before E3 than any other year?
I feel like there was one major leak that got a lot of attention that I don't know if it's right or wrong, but they got one big game correct, so I'm assuming they got the rest of them correct.
Right.
And usually there's some leaks, but it only leaks maybe 2 or 4 games. The Walmart Canada leak
was horrendous.
Dozens of games. It
Yeah.
was ridiculous.
Oh, what was the big one that confirmed?
Rage 2.
Was it?
Was the very first
And
one.
then Rage 2 got so fucking pissy. They're
Oh,
like, we didn't
yeah.
want to do this. We didn't want to announce this here,
Yep.
but I guess we'll show you a trailer in a week. Fuck off.
Yeah.
That's exactly.
Borderlands
what
3 too, but they had already kind of hinted about it.
Yeah, well, fuck them. They can fuck themselves.
But Walmart has proved that a lot of these things are coming true. And that's like the biggest kind of upset. We haven't really seen anything, but there's an element to surprise that really helps E3.
Yeah.
And I think it's a, what's the thing in disguise?
Transformers?
No.
Blessing.
Damn it.
I immediately thought Transformers first. A blessing in disguise.
I think it's a blessing in disguise.
Think so?
Yeah, I think it just. Well, I don't know very many people that are interested in a Rage game, anyways. But
Right.
I don't know. I feel like people would have gotten interested if it came out of nowhere in their press conference. But like getting leaked like it did on that
Yeah.
big list of games like Rage 2, what the fuck?
I feel the opposite. I feel like sometimes when they reveal certain things at E3 that nobody's really hyped about, there's a lot of negative press.
There's
where,
just silence.
yeah,
Like,
especially with Bethesda, where everybody wants
right.
one
Fallout or
of two
other
large
cool
games.
stuff.
Yeah, and they say, "Hey guys, we're bringing you a Rage 2." And
Yeah.
everyone's just like,
There's like
"Fuck
two,
you."
There's like two people, like hardcore fans.
Yeah,
like,
right.
"Woo, bitches, okay."
And everyone else on the internet is
Well,
mad.
Another weird thing, like if those big two things for Bethesda are fucking Elder Scrolls and Fallout,
Yeah,
and they already announced a Fallout game not in their press conference.
Yeah.
that was
It's weird.
But it's so
yeah.
E3 has become so overcrowded with multiple conferences now and multiple developers wanting to show stuff. I bet these games are just trying to get their spotlight, even though it may be for a day prior to the conference. Because, like Microsoft has said in public statements, it sucks going first because Nintendo goes and Sony goes, and then all your hype from your conference is gone.
Well, Microsoft doesn't go first. EA's going on Saturday because nobody cares about EA.
Yeah.
So they
Yeah.
have to do 2 days before the conference officially starts.
Yeah, if you think of big three, I think of Microsoft.
Hmm.
Well, of course, yeah.
Yeah, and plenty.
That's all like the big, like, holy fuck, I never thought this game would come out.
Exactly.
Happens.
Yeah. But let's go over some confirmed games that have come and developers have said this is actually coming before E3. Obviously, we already talked about Rage 2. We recently got Sonic Team Racing.
Fuck, yes, we did.
Okay.
That
Cool your
was
jets there, buddy.
No, Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing is very underrated, and it's probably the second best car racing game ever.
Now, what's the first best? The
Well,
one
of course, Mario Kart.
we've been playing that for a while.
Yeah, Mario Kart's fantastic, but
Don't need another one.
I guess Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing Transformed is the best because they go to the skies, they go in the seas.
This is like the
They
Sonic-
drive on the roads.
this is like the Sonic heroes of the Sonic genre. It's teams.
See, I feel like this is lesser than those because this is just Sonic people. Like, there's no Shenmue,
Oh, that's true.
which is horrible. There's no like
No.
House of the Dead. There's no like Sega IPs. It's just
Yeah, that is
Sonic.
stupid. Yeah, I liked.
Seems like a downgrade.
Wasn't there like a tennis game where there were like zombies and knights and all that?
I think it was Sega All Stars Tennis.
Yeah, there was some
Oh,
crazy,
yeah.
crazy game.
I love when they match up their IPs. I love that shit. So if it's just Sonic, I'm kind of like less interested, but we'll see.
And we also got recently confirmed Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which is surprising because we were told that we're going every 2 years, so maybe this comes out next year and they're teasing it now, but I could easily see it coming out this fall.
They've been selling a lot of mediocre installments. I feel like ever since the one that took place with George Washington, they've been pretty,
3.
Yeah, 3. They've been pretty
Is that
mediocre.
Black Flag?
No, it was 3.
Yeah, it was 3. Yeah, with Connor.
Like the Indian
Yeah.
assassin.
People like
Yeah.
Black Flag.
Black Flag is the best.
Yeah.
I liked that game, and then ever since then, I don't care.
You think
But-
we'll go to New Donk City in this game? We
No,
did in the
please
other
don't.
Odyssey
Yes.
game.
Yeah.
And then also recently confirmed this week was Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee after tons of leaks and rumors about this game.
And I still don't know how to feel about it.
I don't know either. I
Yeah.
went from excited to like, what is this? And then I'm kind of back on the hype train.
Yeah, we had a really disgusting text chain going on.
Because this Pokemon conference took place in Japan like at 11:30 o'clock here.
And they didn't stream it live anywhere.
They didn't.
Like, you looked on their Twitter feed
Yeah.
to get information. It was
I
ridiculous.
remember the first thing that came out was like a blurry phone picture of a PowerPoint slide, and they were like, "Oh my God, let's go Eevee!" But did I send you guys that leak like a week before this was announced?
The
that-
Lapras picture.
Yeah, it was. I think it was Lapras, and it was like it said "Let's go Eevee, let's go Pikachu," and it had a bunch of information on there that all turned out to be true.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know how I feel about this. It feels like Pokemon Go on the Switch, which
Mhm.
essentially it is,
Yeah.
but it's so dumbed down. Like
They-
I don't know if that'll be fun.
it's
I feel like
very-
it's just be repetitive.
It's very casual.
Yeah, they admitted they're trying to make it the most simple version of Pokemon that they possibly can, and I probably wasn't gonna get this anyway.
Yeah,
But
I don't know. Did they say if you can't like, so it's obviously like the Ghost, so where you throw the Pokeball.
Mm-hmm.
So like, do you just run out of Pokeballs and then you can't catch it, or does it eventually run away still?
I have no idea.
I don't think they've said.
There's no fighting in the capture mechanic anymore. You just throw the ball.
to answer
Yeah.
your question, Brent, yes.
It's weird because Pokemon Go you can get for free on your smartphone and play. This costs $60 and you need a $250 machine. Like, it's very weird buy.
I feel like the most people who have Switches would be hardcore Pokemon fans. So if you take away the hardcoreness of Pokemon, is it really going to do that well?
Or if you're a hardcore Pokemon fan, you're going to wait till next year and get the real game.
Yeah, they also announced next year there's going to be a mainline next generation Pokemon.
I bet you this pushes the Switch into the $15 to $20 million mark by holiday with this game.
Probably.
Yeah, people will go for this game.
Yeah.
When you get a Switch.
Are people
definitely.
really obsessed with Go still?
Nah, I think I think there's going to be a lot more than just crossover with this. I think there's going to be people who've been itching for like that
Yeah.
like console Pokemon game.
I
who
think
just
it's kind of
want
one of
this.
those games people just go back to. Like they
Yep.
get bored on their phone. They don't have like a good app they're playing right now.
Yeah.
They go back to Pokemon.
Yeah, that's Anthony.
And what this game has compared to Go, and actually what people have been wanting, is a throwback to Kanto, which people haven't
Yeah.
had in years.
I was gonna say you get like old school Pokemon fans who want to go back there and get the
Mhm.
original 150 or whatever, which also kind of sounds like only the originals are going to be in this game,
Which
Which I'd be okay with.
yeah,
Yeah.
which is cool. Like it's fine.
And
No,
this is
whatever.
technically our first like HD, fully upgraded Pokemon RPG, or not really
Yeah,
RPG, but
don't say
console
that. Yeah.
on the Switch. It may not be what we wanted, we're still getting what we want eventually,
Mhm.
but this will be the first outing.
And it's not even technically the first Pokemon game because there was a surprise like day of release Pokemon game that came out.
Pokemon Quest.
What the fuck?
I played it.
You
That
this
is
looks
a game-
horrible.
Yeah, that's a game that farms microtransactions. It looks like.
I played for an hour,
Ew.
and that's exactly all I needed.
Yeah. I guess the real question before we go on is if you buy this Pokemon Let's Go Eevee Pikachu bullshit, are you gonna buy the little Pokeball controller?
Oh, most certainly.
Are you really?
It looks so cool.
No, it doesn't.
Absolutely
does.
not.
Yeah.
I would not be caught dead in public holding that
That
thing.
looks so gimmicky.
It's technically a Joy-Con. According to the commercial, all you need to do is move the stick to move your player, and everything else is throw and capture.
So if it's a Joy-Con, will it cost $50?
Probably.
Yes.
Fuck that.
The-
That's so
the,
stupid.
It's the new up and coming Donkey Kong bongos.
Yeah, I
The
read
bongos are badass.
I read another leak, may or may not be true, that claimed that the game was a $60 game and that the Joy-Con was an extra $30.
Oh, okay.
With a bundle,
Possibly a bundle. The leak didn't say that, but
I
they
can
said
see the bundle.
30 for the standalone
we,
Pokeball.
we may get more information at E3 about it.
We will.
I could see $80 being a sweet bundle,
That'd be.
and maybe
Okay,
30
I
just
guess.
on its own.
I hope,
I
not,
don't
I hope
think it
not,
should
because
be
I
a
already pre-ordered
$60
2
game.
games.
You don't think it's gonna be a $60
I
game?
don't think it should.
It will. It's Pokemon.
I think it will be.
It'll
but I
sell.
don't
It's
think it should
Pokemon.
be.
Yeah.
Let's go over some rumors and leaks of things that actually haven't been officially confirmed, but we expect they might be coming, or people have given us hints that it could be coming. Most recent one actually was being Fortnite might be coming to Nintendo Switch.
That is
It is. I think.
basically confirmed. There was the Korean version of the ESRB has officially rated, as of today, a recording day, they officially rated Fortnite on Switch.
So I think is
yeah.
that
Well,
the official?
It's
You-
confirmed.
You can play Fortnite on your fucking phone.
Yeah.
So
So-
this makes the most sense in the world.
Easy port.
If
Fortnite.
Drake approves Fortnite, then I can watch Fortnite.
God.
Another leak we got, or supposedly a picture was showed on Twitter of Overcooked 2 supposedly might be coming to everybody.
Have any of you played Overcooked?
Once.
Yes.
It's fun.
All but confirmed, and I think the publishers actually said something. Borderlands 3 is supposedly in the works, but will not be at E3, is what they're saying.
Because it won't come out until next year.
If anything shows up, I'll cream my panties. Over and over again.
Better take the day off of work.
Yep.
So you can watch this.
Oh no, I'm gonna be at work and just.
On the Walmart page, we also got supposedly a Gears of War 5, which
Jesus.
feels out of place at this time, and Just Cause 4 supposedly might be coming.
Fuck yes.
Some other ones being supposedly Splinter Cell is in the works as a reboot for Ubisoft.
I'm very excited for this.
I'm excited to see the fan base come back for that if it's still there.
If it's a good game, that's the thing. Like, the original Xbox games are really good, and nothing really was that good
This is
after
confirmed?
that.
no, it's rumored.
Oh.
I feel like after
My
the
prediction.
Sam Fisher, was it Wildlands?
Yep.
Ghost Recon Wildlands. He was
Yep.
featured in there.
Mhm.
I think the hype could be building for that, and people might want the original Sam Fisher back.
The original Xbox, all 3 of those games were amazing, and the multiplayer was amazing.
Yeah.
And then they lost their footing somewhere, and then they went like multi-platform, and yeah, it just kind of got lost in the shuffle of everything else. So I'm really hoping for a nice, hard reset of Splinter Cell. I would love it.
One of the games I'm most excited for, but it's just been rumors and leaks, and people have supposedly confirmed it, but not officially. The Star Fox Grand Prix game.
Oh my god, this fucking game. Yeah.
No, the more I hear about it, the more I want it.
I don't want this.
I do want this.
Ugh.
We've been comparing it to Diddy Kong Racing, and I loved Diddy Kong Racing.
Like when I first heard about it, I thought this is stupid, but it makes the most sense in the world because I don't think there's going to be another Mario Kart game for another 2 years. This can be another racing IP that Nintendo has. And I have a prediction about it later, but I can see some fun things they add to this.
And if it's
Okay.
indeed from Retro Studios, it's going to be solid.
Yeah, because they haven't fucked up yet.
Yeah, they have a good reputation now of turning Nintendo franchises and flipping them to make them good.
You're not thinking of dinosaurs and R-Wings, are you?
I'm absolutely not going back to Dinosaur World.
There's a reason it's static right there. Didn't want me to say that.
Supposedly, CD Projekt Red is going to show Cyberpunk 2077 at E3 this year. They said they're bringing a big RPG to E3, and what other RPG could they be working on other than Cyberpunk? And this game's been in development for a long time.
Surprise Witcher.
No.
John would
See,
cream his pants.
I
a
will.
little.
Yeah.
I will.
The Witcher I did not care about at all, but this Cyberpunk 2077 looks amazing.
Ugh.
The trailer they showed like 3 or
Yeah,
4 years ago still looks fantastic.
that made my jaw drop because of just the possibilities I have in my head. Like we haven't seen dick about it,
No.
so it might shit the bed, but I have very high hopes for this game.
After playing Witcher 3, I have complete faith in CD Projekt Red.
This
Yep.
reminds me of like Blade Runner the game,
Pretty much.
and that I will lose my mind.
And then most recent trademarks from Nintendo have suggested we might be getting an N64 Classic Edition very soon. Which we just posted our
Yep.
own predictions on what would be on that console. But it makes sense with the most recent patterns of the NES and the SNES that 64 would come next.
And this will
it
be the
was-
one that I will want the most.
Yeah, it was a. I think I sent that to you guys. It was the same company that filed the patents in a similarly worded way as
Yeah.
when they filed the patents for the Super Nintendo Mini.
Mhm.
So it looks pretty credible, unless it's just like a weird smokescreen, because they can register whatever trademarks they want. But there's no reason for them to do that unless they are coming out with an N64 Classic.
The main reason I'm excited for this is because it's really hard still to emulate N64 games.
Mm-hmm.
And like even like I have fucking dozens of N64 games, but I don't have a tube TV anymore. I don't have a CRT. If I try to plug it into some HD TVs, it doesn't work.
Yeah, or it looks like distorted or weird.
Yeah,
like
it just
it's stretched. in
it
a
doesn't
strange
feel
way.
like it normally did.
Yep.
So if there's any way that I can buy a mini version of this that comes with hopefully around 20 games that I loved as a kid, and I can just plug into an HDMI port and play,
Yeah,
I'll be in heaven. But I don't think this will be at E3.
it could be an announcement post too.
Nintendo and Super Nintendo Classic were not at E3, so I don't think the N64 one will be.
Nintendo has the advantage of also showing it at their Treehouse Live, which they do for like 3 or 4 days post their conference.
Or their directs that they randomly do.
That too. And if it's anything like the NES and SNES, the first few months of pre-orders will be a disaster. So be prepared.
Yeah.
All right, now we got that away. Let's jump into the main portion of our show, and that's going to be our big E3 predictions. We're doing this by conference.
If you had to represent a meat for this conference E3 breakdown, what would it be,
I
John?
don't know, what's the
Creme de la creme?
yeah, the filet mignon, like a fresh veal.
Double Whopper.
This is probably my most favorite time of the year. Just notoriously, I think you guys apply maybe participate in your own way, but I always take this time off because I love watching these conferences.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I'm
I have
taking
this week off too.
I'm taking off the Nintendo conference only.
Oh,
That's
yeah?
the only one I give a shit about, honestly.
Last year, before we started the podcast, didn't we do a predictions thing just with our group of friends?
We did.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, and it's just fun because hopefully you get tons of surprises and you're just blown away, and you just chat about it because the whole internet blows up as soon as you get these announcements. And I think this is probably the biggest E3 I can think of because we have, just to give you a rundown of how this is going to work, we have an EA conference we'll be predicting, we have a Bethesda conference we'll be predicting, we have a Square Enix conference we'll be predicting, we got Ubisoft with their own conference, and then we actually get to the big major players being Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo with all their stuff.
Yeah, we're skipping a couple conferences. Like, we're not doing Devolver Digital because
Yeah.
I don't think there's enough like big things to announce. And then we're skipping like a PC one. Is
Yep.
that right?
Yep.
'Cause fuck PC.
Better.
So
Yeah.
for this podcast, we're each going to get 2 predictions for the 4 developers and then 3 big ones for each major Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo. We got some alternates in there just in case, because I think there will be some overlap here, but I always say that and there's not. And how this is going to work, we'll just do some round robin, and we'll just list up on how we go. And we're going to kick off with the most uninteresting one, in my opinion, EA. So,
Alright, I'll start off with what I said here.
all right, Brent's going,
There we go.
Brent's going first.
All right.
Some garbage game announcement.
That's it?
That's it. That's all I wrote.
That's like 75% of their sports titles, Brent.
Yes.
That's all of them.
Just want to go clockwise. I don't know, The Sims.
Okay.
Great.
I thought about doing that.
I don't like EA or many of the games they make.
Okay, so you say The Sims. What number are they on, Andy?
They won't dare.
Yeah.
They're not gonna dare give a number. They'll have like The Sims Live in Large or some shit. Who cares?
The Simfinity.
The Simfinity, Simfinity War.
A small cult following for the Sim for some reason.
It's a big
Gross.
PC scene still.
I was a huge Sims fan as a kid.
And you don't need a beefy PC to run it. so-
No.
The Sims following is not watching E3.
Yeah.
My first prediction for EA conference, and I'm occasionally going to throw some dates in there just to make this more interesting. I think they're going to show Anthem at their conference, and it's going to come April 2019.
Yeah.
I guess my first one will be a new Star Wars IP will be announced.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
It'll mostly be story based, and it will be released sometime in 2019 with no firm date.
It's got to be coming.
I wrote down. I searched on Google EA published games, and then I wrote down Skate 4.
You fucker!
Oh shit!
I didn't think anybody was gonna put that. God damn it!
I saw that the last installment was Skate 3. And then I thought,
See,
what would be a good follow-up to
I
that?
don't know. That's such a 90s thing. In
No,
early
it's
2000s.
not. That
Yeah.
last game came out in 2010.
And it did well.
Yeah. Skate 3 is amazing. I love Skate 2 and 3.
Like Skate Revolution or something. And it's,
Skate
it's
Revolution.
guess what, guys? It's coming out in 2019, July.
What a weird fucking date to throw out.
Announcement right now. Official.
It'll come out after next year's E3,
Yep.
but we're gonna do something for this
I
year.
hope that's the
Absolutely.
only thing you get right.
My number 2 is a follow-up to what the most probably underrated game that came out last year for them was a spin-off of a Need for Speed game. And I think it comes out in January 2019.
I don't know if one came out
Sure
last
it was
year or not.
Turismo or something.
No, it was like Need for Speed and it had like heists in it. It was like a Fast and Furious ripoff. Remember that trailer? And it had like a semi. They had to pull-
Showdown?
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was very underwhelming. and
It was
people-
forgettable.
Yeah, and it just didn't hold up either.
Well, I don't have any other ones. Like, I had Skate 4, I had new Star Wars IP, I had Anthem. So I guess I will do... Skate 4 I don't think is going to happen, which makes me sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll do my Anthem in March for my second one official.
Is there any chance that EA brings back a Star Wars franchise that's not Battlefront, like Star Wars Fighters versus X-Wing, or TIE Fighters versus X-Wing, or anything like
No,
that?
No,
Nah.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I bet that they do show like one of their EA originals, like they did with A Way Out.
Yeah.
That got
or,
good publicity for them.
Unraveled.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
something like that.
One of those things.
All right, let's jump into the next one. That is going to be Bethesda. Has their own conference on Sunday of June 10th this year.
Okay.
EA conference was on Saturday.
Andy.
Andy?
Brent went first.
Oh, that's right.
Good, because I'm taking the Elder Scrolls 6.
You think it... I don't think
Oh,
it's...
really?
You're so
Whoa,
screwed.
wait a second. No. Hold up. They announced Fallout 76 before the conference because they have a huge game to announce at the conference.
No.
Fallout 76 is an offshoot. Fallout 76 is going to be an online base building game a la Fortnite-ish. It's going to be Fortnite-ish. It's not going to be like a battle royale, but it's going to be like an open world build your base game. That's what I think. They're going to announce an official new Elder Scrolls 6 game. They're not going to give us a release date. It's going to be a TBD, but they're going to reveal that they're making this game and it's coming out within the next year, probably.
My first one is very lame compared to that. I put new DLC for Wolfenstein 2.
Loser.
I just think they show a lot of DLC at their conference, and I think that's gonna be here.
Okay, my first one is also Wolfenstein related,
Mm-hmm.
but
Mhm.
Wolfenstein will come out with a PSVR bundle and version
Yeah,
That's a good...
because they did it for
Yeah.
Elder Scrolls.
Mhm.
I don't think they'll do it for Fallout because 76 has all the fame.
They did a
Right now.
PSV4.
Yeah, Fallout 4
For
had it.
Fallout 4?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, the
there
fuck,
is one.
Wolfenstein is a shoe-in.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it'll
Yes.
come out in October.
So kind of like what Andy's saying, instead of Elder Scrolls 6, I'm thinking Elder Scrolls DLC for online.
So Legends, is that what it is?
The one
Does anybody play that anymore?
No.
That would be a disappointing announcement
Yeah.
for me. That would be really bad.
So
Worse than their like card game they released.
Oh,
a year or two
Jesus
ago?
Christ.
The
I
Elder Scrolls
forgot that
card game?
existed, yeah.
or that
Yeah.
vault building game on the.
Hey, I like that game.
Fallout Shelter.
Like-
that sucks.
It was actually weirdly popular for some
I
reason.
know. Because people thought it was going to tie into 4, and it
Never
didn't
did.
really, yeah.
Back to Andy.
Next prediction. This one is, it seems far-fetched, but I saw this on a leak. So, like a fake-looking leak, but still. I think we're going to get Fallout 3 Anniversary Edition announced for this year, because this is the, whateverth anniversary of Fallout 3. 15th, maybe? 20th? I don't know.
10. I think.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Listen.
10th. The 10th.
Yeah.
10th anniversary. Fallout 3 Anniversary Edition for Switch.
I say for everything, but yeah, I
For
can see
everything.
that.
Switch particularly. I saw this on a Switch leak sheet or whatever.
Took
Did you
my
see the?
stuff.
You saw the same.
Yeah.
You better hope I don't sell my Nintendo stuff
Uh,
before you.
Kind of go piggyback off Jake, but I put that Dishonored gets a complete edition that includes 1 and 2 and all DLC that comes out in VR and for Switch. Because they're porting everything to Switch. If Wolfenstein 2 can be on Switch.
Yeah, Bethesda is really big on doing the Switch ports right now.
Yeah,
So
and I can see Dishonored getting that made.
that makes sense. That's a good one. We already talked a little bit about this, but some type of stupid Elder Scrolls Legends card game expansion will be announced, and it'll come out in August because nobody cares.
Legends Dagger Marsh.
Yeah.
Cards from the Marsh.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Alright guys, let's jump into the Square Enix conference. And this will be Monday, June 11th. And I think it falls to me.
Yep.
I'm not going to take the obvious. I'm going to take some things I really want from them, but I don't see happening. So my first one is Nier Automata 2. I think Nier Automata got enough hype.
Wait, did that come out last year?
Yeah. It was too soon.
Yeah, I think
No
so
way.
too.
I think they tease it.
Okay.
I think that it's in production. People want more of that. I could see it happening.
Let's see here. Let's go a long time ago, less than a year ago, but still a long time ago. Crystal Dynamics showed off a main Avengers game that they're making.
Sure did.
That's going to be shown, and it'll show more than just Thor's hammer and Cap's shield and all that shit. But it'll have a release date of April 2019 to coincide with Avengers 4.
I had that as my alternate at fall 2019.
Okay. It might push back. I think it would make the most sense to push it out for Avengers 4, but it'll probably come out later than that.
Yeah, I hope that game's good.
Mm-hmm.
Brent?
Guessing they give a release date for October 2018 for Kingdom Hearts 3.
Think so? That is a month after Red Dead?
And October is always E3 games come out in October or November.
I feel like it's got to be October, November, December.
I think Kingdom Hearts and Red Redemption could be on the market at the same time.
I'm guessing late October, like October 25th or 26th.
That's how I would guess. too.
Pokemon comes out in November, so it's already a packed fall.
Yeah, this year's going to be a fucking bloodbath.
Yep.
God.
I still don't actually believe that Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming
Coming
out
this year.
ever.
There's a playable demo this year.
Listen, I've been waiting for this game for too
10
long.
years.
Anytime I hear news about it, I'm like, oh, that's not real. My guess, my prediction, Bravely Default 2 on Switch. Who gives a shit? Fuck that stupid game. But, it makes sense they would make it, because people like that game on 3DS.
See, I had my second one was Bravely Default 3 for
Wait,
Nintendo Switch.
2 is already out?
2 exists.
3, then!
Bravely Threefold.
Listen, I'm well known for hating Square Enix, and fuck them. And
You are very well known for hating Square Enix.
I'm just gonna say my second one because I'm mad. Dragon Quest Monsters, and who gives a shit? Fucking TBD. They don't give you a date. Yeah.
I like this one the best of like all of my predictions because it won't happen, but I am gonna like will it into existence.
Okay.
Okay. With Crash and Spyro getting their classic trilogies remastered
Oh,
for
no.
current gen systems, Square Enix wants to dip their toe into the nostalgia pool. Gex the Time Gecko will get his trilogy of classic PS1 games remastered, and it'll release in early September. Because the Gex games are amazing, and everybody's forgotten about them.
You are the one person who is alive today who's nostalgic for Gex.
I know.
What the fuck? That's never
They
happened.
did a fucking Bubsy new game.
Yeah.
Like nobody gives a fuck about Bubsy. Nobody.
Because that cost them like $50 to make. Put together.
They don't
Gex.
even have to go like on par with the Crash and Spyro games to where like they did a ton to make those look pretty.
Because Gex is bad.
They can do like a remake version like they did with like Ratchet and Clank or Jack and Daxter. Like
Yeah.
that level of
The
quality.
game was already rough, though.
What, Gex?
It was pretty rough.
Gex 64 was rough.
Yeah.
Yeah, 64 was shit. The PS1 3 games,
Yeah.
they were so good. Gex is a little rough, the first one. But Gex, Enter the Gecko, fucking
Yeah.
classic. Classic game.
That's true. Mine is that it's not even possible, but for the first time they announced that there will be DLC for Kingdom Hearts 3.
Already?
Yeah.
So they're gonna say when it's coming out. They're gonna say that's not unprecedented, but then they're gonna say, "Hey, we have DLC for it too. Fuck you."
No, not.
And you have to watch a movie before you play
I
it.
bet they're just like, we will guarantee that there will be at least 2 DLC packages for this game.
Considering what Final Fantasy 15 got for DLC,
Oh my
it's
God.
very plausible Kingdom Hearts gets that.
There's a part where Donald and Goofy leave your party and they come back unexplained, and then you can buy the DLC to find out what happened
Oh
to
my
them.
god,
Yeah.
their own storylines.
Mhm.
All right, guys, let's jump into the last kind of developer conference, and that's going to be Ubisoft. Is Monday, June 11th at 3 p.m. Central Time. And we're going to Jake to kick it off with predictions.
Fuck. I get Ubisoft. That's the only one I get a lead off on. I got
Super lame.
screwed on this. Okay, I'll go with the obvious one. Splinter Cell. The new Splinter Cell will be shown for the first time. And, God, there's so many fucking games coming out this year. It doesn't have a good... I feel like anytime this game is going to get released, it's going to get fucked and it's not
Yeah.
going to sell well.
Yeah. Brent?
Watch Dogs 3 teaser.
Ugh.
Just a teaser.
Where's it set this time? Greece.
Greece.
Watch Dogs Odyssey is coming.
Please. Everyone just do Odyssey.
All right, Andy, where you land on Ubisoft?
I'm going to throw out The Division 2. I think it's getting a sequel. I think it will be TBD. I think we'll see it. I think we're just going to see like the build of it. Like they did with The Division where they showed us it. It came out like 3 or 4 years later.
Yeah.
It's just going to be thrown out there. Hey, we're making it. It'll come out when it comes
I
out.
bet it's just like a 10 or 15 second cinematic.
Yeah, like some BS. That
Mhm.
game kind of shit the bed,
Yeah.
in my opinion. So
It had a lot of hype at the beginning and then it quickly...
I was super hyped for this game and it did not deliver.
Yeah.
So I will not make that mistake
Well,
again.
It's endgame content.
Yeah,
just
it's
kinda-
really bad.
My first prediction, since you guys took my originals, we're going to get a new Rayman game shown at Ubisoft.
I would love that so much.
And
Like an Origins or a 3D one?
an Origins one.
Oh,
Like another side scroller.
I would love that so much.
But it's
They
updated.
just did that on the Switch, though.
It was a port, though.
It was a port, but
Yeah.
Yeah, but I bet they...
That was Legends.
Yeah, and I bet it's been probably 2 years since the last Rayman game.
Longer than that.
What if
Yeah.
it's just like a remake of all... What if it's all the games in one?
A remaster of Rayman.
All
Maybe.
the games, yeah.
Okay, nobody said this, and that's surprising the fuck out of me. Beyond Good and Evil 2
Okay, yeah.
will finally see the light of day.
I figured you'd say this. 'Cause, yeah.
It'll have a playable demo on the show floor, and it'll have a release date of February, just to get out of the way of everything else.
Wow.
Nice.
New Prince of Persia game.
I wish.
John triggered.
I completely
I wish
doubt
that
it,
would happen.
But I bet they're just like Prince of Persia 20.
And I don't want. I want the one where they left off with a cool art style, not where they tried revamping it again.
Yeah.
But they completely stopped with a new art style. It was like
Which
more.
was-
Yeah, like the
The-
cell-shaded stuff.
Yeah.
That one was
The
awesome.
one
Yeah.
after 3.
Yeah.
That game came out in 2009.
Yep. And it stopped right there.
Mm-hmm.
And people love those games.
They do. They're
It's
like
it's like enough of a twist to Assassin's Creed.
they're more of like a puzzle thing, and Assassin's Creed is more about action. So, Andy, we're back to you.
My final prediction, Brent hinted at it. I'm just going to make it my prediction. I think we're going to get a Rayman collection, probably for Switch, March 2019.
I would love that of just like 1, 2, and 3, like the 3D versions.
That'd be cool. And like Origins maybe
Actually,
or something.
yeah, one is
Yeah.
2D, but 2
Yeah.
and 3 are 3D.
Mhm.
Rayman 2 is
The Great
fucking
Escape.
underrated.
Yeah,
Mm.
I like
So
that game.
good.
Yeah.
That
Well,
game
I
was-
could see a collection
It was
coming.
hard as a kid though. That was an awesome game.
My last prediction for Ubisoft was actually Splinter Cell, and I think it comes February 2019. All right, now that we've had our appetizers, it's time to get to the main course of predictions, and that is going to be the big three: Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo. For this section, we get 3 predictions with 2 alternates, just in case there is overlap once again. We're going to start off with Microsoft, and Brent gets the pleasure of kicking off our predictions for Microsoft, which is, Sunday, June 10th.
Halo 6.
For the law was given by Moses, but grace and truth came by Jesus Christ. John 1:17, Halo 6. But no, Brent had to take that from me, and I had to wedge it in anyway.
When do you think Halo 6?
I just put 2019. I think they're gonna tell us 2019. I
Yeah.
don't think we get a month.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair.
I guess my guess, if we're gonna move this way, this was also kind of a leak, and I think Microsoft's kind of in trouble, I think, with their lack of first-party stuff. So I think we're gonna see a Gears of War real-time strategy game, a la Halo Wars.
Barf.
Wow.
This was another sketchy leak, but I can see it. It'd be easy.
They could use anything at this point.
Strategies
Seriously.
of War.
The strategies of war. And I put TBD on that. I don't think we get a release date.
Yeah.
Okay. Giving Microsoft's first party predicament, I think we get a tease for what will be Perfect Dark 2.
Yeah.
Because Perfect Dark Zero was so amazing.
I just think they need to come out swinging with first party, and Microsoft. Well, Sea of Thieves is wrapped up now.
Okay.
It's just DLC, right, for Sea of Thieves. I think they moved
Yeah.
on to a new game,
Yep.
and that new game's gonna be Perfect Dark.
Okay, since we're all doing how Xbox One is super desperate,
Mhm.
I'll do. I think they're going to show off Sunset Overdrive 2.
Damn it.
Mm.
Now I have no alternates.
I really hope this is the thing because I love Sunset Overdrive.
Hmm.
It's made by Insomniac, and it's just something special that you can't find anywhere else on Xbox One. But I know that Insomniac's coming out with Spider-Man this year, so I don't know if this will happen or not. But I think Insomniac has 2 teams because they've come out with like games before year after year. So
I bet Sea of Thieves gets a DLC in September, and they show like a trailer for it.
Mm-hmm.
That's a safe bet.
Well, since all my choices are taken and I'm down to my last straw, I'm going to throw out the return of Blinks the Time Cat.
Yes!
for summer 2019.
Ooh.
please, is this like Summer of Arcade bullshit or
You know
what
what?
is this?
Spring 2019.
What a good filler for spring blinks.
Blinks the Time Cat is making its triumphant return to Microsoft consoles.
I can see it. For my second one, I have Fable making its grand return.
Of course
I
you do,
knew you
John.
were gonna.
Of
I
course you
actually
do.
didn't write this because I knew you wanted it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I think all it will be
Yeah.
is like a 10-second teaser just to show a logo and that they're currently in development.
And a card game.
it already exists.
What?
Fable Legends already exists. Oh no, Fable something card
Holy
game.
fuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's already
Yeah.
a card game.
I was
Fable
making a
is so
joke, but that's
stupid.
pathetic.
I hate Fable so
Yeah,
much.
I really do.
Okay, I'll do this one. Devil May Cry 5 will be announced. It'll pretend that the previous DMC game didn't even exist.
At the Microsoft conference?
Yep. They're
No.
gonna try to pull some hardball shit.
Nope.
Dead Rising is a Capcom thing. I think they're super desperate. They do not have their own IPs. This will still come out in multiple, like it'll come out for PS4, but the stage presence will be at Microsoft.
Okay.
I can see it.
It'll go back to the classic Dante look.
One of mine is it's either going to be some sort of like price decline, or some sort of bundle with like a new skin for their Xbox One X.
I don't think that's happened yet for the X. For a new decal, so possible, very possible.
Microsoft makes this, so maybe they'll put out like Solitaire.
yeah,
Ski free. That'd be sweet.
I can see it.
Ski free.
Ski free fucking loaded. That'd be
Yeah.
awesome. The fucking abominable snowman.
I hope it has reloaded in it.
Ski free reloaded.
I think everything that's had the title reloaded in has been terrible.
Ski freemium.
Because
It'll have DLC bullshit.
Bleeding Edge.
Bleeding edge. Just make it awesome. You know what? I say that, and that'll be like their big reveal: the ski-free open world skiing.
My last prediction was that Cyberpunk is actually revealed at the Microsoft conference with CD Projekt Red. For some reason, I got this connotation that Microsoft and CD Projekt Red had success with Witcher 3 launch.
Sure. Okay, this will be my lock of the podcast.
Mm.
Forza Horizon 4.
That-
It'll
Yeah.
be announced for October.
Yep.
And this is just like an offside thing. For the first year, it's going to introduce motorcycles. It's going to blow everybody out of the water.
Ba-ba-bam.
Ducati, brah.
Jesus Christ. That's a safe bet too. I think that's gonna
They
happen.
better be like Tron-looking motorcycles.
They won't be. They're all realistic as shit in the Forza games.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just do a real quick rapid fire if you guys have any alternates. My alternates were, we had teased and rumors of a new Bioshock game in development, and I could see 2K teasing it at Microsoft. Whether that happens, I don't know. And I think I could also see in some fashion a scale-bound property being reused
I hope not.
in some Microsoft fashion. I don't see it being called scale-bound, but I can see those assets being used for something else.
Okay. My other thing is that I think Just Cause 4 will have a big presence.
At
Because they
Microsoft's
need
conference.
an IP. They need a big IP.
And do we ever discuss what was everybody's final predictions on where you think actually Halo 6 comes out?
I
Yeah.
said May 2019.
You said May 2019.
I said vague 2019.
Gotcha.
Didn't they already say that one was not going to come out this year?
Yeah,
October 2019?
I put May 2019 too. We'll find out. Sony is having a conference on Monday, June 11th, and they've already told us that supposedly we're concentrating on 4 major games. But we're going to throw predictions out there anyway.
I thought that was more of a leak. So my first prediction was I think we're going to see gameplay of Death Stranding.
Yeah.
I think that it's way further along than anyone thinks. I think they're going to announce it 2019.
I bet it's equally, to piggyback that, it's equally confusing as fuck.
Yes.
And no one knows what's going on with
I
the
think they'll have Kojima like do the gameplay of it
Probably,
or something,
yeah.
and I think they will announce that it is coming out like January 2019 or something like fairly soon.
Yeah.
See, I had exactly that with Kojima playing the demo himself.
Oh, really?
But they won't give a release date. They're going to be vague as
Yeah.
fuck about this
They
game.
They probably
could,
want all the
yeah.
time in the world.
But if they do give a release date, that would be like the big shock moment of that conference, probably.
The last thing we saw was from, Gamescom or PSX or something like that?
Something like that.
And it was
Mhm.
the fucking fetus attached to your body gameplay
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
This
It-
game looks fucking nuts.
It's nuts, and I think it's I think they've been teasing it like very sparingly because it's farther along. They don't want anyone to know how far along it is.
Yeah.
Didn't the fetus give you a thumbs up and then it zoomed back
Yeah,
out? Like, what the fuck was that?
The Game Awards when it like went down the guy's trachea, and then you see like this egg in there, and then it turns its head up. It's a baby, and then it like pops its thumb out of its mouth. Thumbs up, it sucks you out. Oh, this game's gonna be brilliant.
The fetus should have been smoking a cigarette.
Yeah,
What's up, bro?
with like a headband on it. Snake. Oh fuck.
That leads into my first prediction for Sony, and that was Death Stranding comes out in spring 2020.
Then why would they announce it 2 years ahead of time with that date?
Because that's what Sony does.
They
slowly drag
they
you
do.
along.
I guess I will do my first one. I think I'll do Kingdom Hearts 3. Fuck it. It comes out in November.
That's what I had too, as an alternate.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Interesting.
There's not enough November games that I know of coming out this year, so.
See, that's interesting because I actually said The Last of Us 2 in November.
No way.
I don't know.
Dun, dun, dun.
I think Days Gone comes out, Days Gone comes out before Last of Us 2.
That would be a huge surprise because they have like if that's their conference schedule, they haven't even announced they're going to show it at all.
That's
Yeah,
the last.
maybe it
That's
just
the last
Comes out
one.
of nowhere.
The Last of Us, when it came out the week of E3. Like, it came out in June and did gangbusters. I feel like it can do that again. Like, not even in June. It could come out in March.
You know that would blow people away if they showed gameplay in this at E3 though.
Oh, they will.
That's true. Yeah.
They will.
Yeah.
We're
Well,
back
that's
to
right,
Andy.
So, yeah. So I'm gonna put Devil May Cry 5 in its proper place on the PlayStation where it has always been living and belonged, and I think I think it'd be fun. Yeah, Dante. I was gonna say it could be like a God of War type thing where it's like a reboot with a different style, but I could just see it being balls to the wall, like Bayonetta crazy action again.
I
So
say it too.
I think it just continues on.
Is it going to be DMC Dante or white hair Dante?
Hell no, it's gonna be classic Dante. Yeah, I completely agree with what you said that they're gonna ignore DMC.
Yep.
I'm giving it a release date of. I gave a lot of 2019s. That's a cop out. I'm gonna give it April 2019.
My next one, they didn't mention this at all, but I think we get a tease for Neo 2 because that game came out for I think 2017 in February last year.
All right.
And I think we are far along enough where we get a tease for a sequel because I think that game did very well in February.
I've heard nothing about this being teased or leaked or anything. I just have a gut feeling.
What's that?
And I think a new Bioshock's going to be revealed.
You think on the Sony stage?
At the Sony conference because of their partnership with Infinite and like the move controls.
Yeah.
So I think there's going to be a PS4 version, and that's going to come out with a VR demo that can be played as soon as the game is pre-ordered. When it comes out, it's going to come out like after next year's E3. Like, this is still like...
For Bioshock?
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's interesting. It sounds like a nightmare though.
Like, when did Infinite come out? 5 years ago?
Yeah. I had it on the Microsoft stage.
No.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
It makes sense for them to go with PlayStation because PlayStation has the most numbers and 2K. And Rockstar teamed up with Sony plenty of times.
I feel like this new Bioshock will be like one of the swan songs for the PS4. Like, it'll come out literally like in 2 years after it's been announced. And then the next year, the PS5 will come out.
My next one is how they kind of remastered Shadow of the Colossus. They're going to do that again. Which game? God, I don't know. My two predictions were Metal Gear Solid 3, a remake of that, or Jack 3.
I can say a Jack trilogy.
Or a Jack trilogy.
I would love a Jack trilogy.
Yeah.
Jack and Daxter is very underrated.
I would love Metal Gear Solid 3 HD because if you've ever seen
Why that one though?
That is my favorite Metal Gear Solid. And have you ever seen footage of the pachinko machines they have in Japan?
You've talked to me about it numerous times.
Fuck it, because it pisses me off. So I've ranted about this before, and I don't need to again. I'm very calm today.
I guess after Metal Gear Survive, they need to fucking do something to make money.
That came out, right?
Yeah.
Survived it, and
Jesus Christ. Back to me, I guess. So I feel like people kind of rumble about this all the time. I don't think it's been announced or leaked or anything. I think we're gonna see Bloodborne 2, or a game that's maybe like a continuation of Bloodborne, maybe not called Bloodborne.
Just from Software.
Yeah, from Software game that's like more of a fast-paced action game. I think it would just be Bloodborne 2 because that's a very strong property, and I think they would announce it. I think this one would get the TBD No date.
I can see that.
All right, my next one for Sony is I think it's going to be Superman
What?
by Rocksteady.
You know, Superman games have never done well.
Yeah, I'm not sure how you do that
I don't
even
know.
because you can fly around anywhere.
If anybody can do it, Rocksteady can though.
It is so
Yeah.
good with Batman.
Yeah.
So good. And
So
it's
would
been a
you-
while since we've heard from them.
Would you almost make it like a Batman Arkham kind of game?
No.
No.
I think
You
they
have
can-
to go to the skies.
No, they have to lock him up in a kryptonite prison.
You definitely don't. Yeah, with fucking creepy pervert Kevin Spacey.
Well, not, I meant more of the fighting style,
Spacey's innocent.
where like you would just like jolt across there and like target someone and then fly across the room and just
yeah.
punch the crap and do some combos.
There's
on
so
them.
much crazy
Sweet.
mechanics to work with and create, but
But
I'd love
the
to
thing
see
is,
it.
with Superman, like one punch and a normal guy should go flying
Hmm.
almost indefinitely.
What if they can do that?
Superman's hard to do.
Could fly through rings in a sequential order. That'd be sweet.
I think I'd want a Green Lantern game before a Superman game.
That'd be
Yeah.
that'd be way too hard. I think.
What, Green Lantern?
Yeah.
Why? Because you could like think of anything.
Yeah.
I think
Just,
you,
like,
yeah,
project it?
I think your like combos would get repetitive because you'd be
Ooh.
like punch, make a big fucking gun or something. And you're
What
like, yeah,
if-
great?
What if they made a Wonder Woman game?
That could work, but she's about as strong as Superman, and I think she can fly.
No, she can just like jump really far like
She
the
could
hole.
super jump.
She has her invisible
Super
plane.
jump.
Yeah, I give her the plane, and I'm down.
Invisible plane.
Yeah, you don't even have to make a model for it. She just sits there.
We're on to Jake's number 3.
Okay, this is the last one I have left. So, the Spyro trilogy will have an exclusive retro filter that'll look like the original trilogy on PS1.
I can see it.
I feel like they'll just need like some way to
It's
stick
got a cool
out.
touch.
Yeah.
I want to point out real quick that in all our predictions for Sony, nobody mentioned Dreams.
Fuck Dreams.
Nobody
Dreams
cares.
is so stupid.
I called that as flop of the year, if I recall, when we did our
Yeah.
predictions for the
I
year.
remember
Yeah.
that.
Yep.
Nobody mentioned anything about VR because no one can really think what the hell they're going to do with VR at this point.
No.
And did anybody say anything about Ghost of Tsushima?
Is that the one
I-
about flipping, like cutting sushi in half? I thought that was
No.
a Switch game.
No, that was the teased like
Sushi
samurai
Go
game.
or whatever.
Oh, probably better.
When that first trailer got shown last year, I did not care.
It's just like an ambiance
So,
piece.
I kind of fucking forgot it existed. If I'm
It
being
looks like
honest.
a walking sim. I have no idea what it is.
No, that's by Sucker Punch.
Yes, Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's gonna
Yeah.
be. It should be good.
We'll hope so.
Yeah,
Sly Cooper was good. Infamous is good.
yeah.
So we'll see.
We'll see. All right, guys, let's jump into the last one. I think it's the one we're most excited about, and that's gonna be Nintendo's Direct on
Wait.
Tuesday.
They're just doing a direct. They don't do a stage show.
They
No.
never. Yeah, they haven't for the past like 5 years.
Oh fuck. Okay.
Yeah, they do it like a Treehouse horror, or not Treehouse.
Treehouse of Horror. Team up with the Simpsons.
Nintendo Treehouse like area at E3, but never a stage.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're right.
That is Tuesday, June 12th, at 11 a.m. Central Time. And I had a hard time picking which ones I wanted to go with from Nintendo. There's so many good things.
The rest of them, I was kind of like hard pressed to come up with like the 5 that we needed.
Yeah,
I came up with 7 Nintendo ones because I'm just ready to go.
yeah. Nintendo has a lot of good things. I'm gonna go crazy with my first one. I'm gonna say I want a Super Mario RPG 2.
Oh, I would love that.
Put Paper
Wow.
Mario aside. Put
Yep.
Mario and Luigi aside. Let's get some Mario RPG 2 in this
So,
thing.
Super into it.
Question about that.
Yeah.
If they did a Super Mario RPG 2, it would have to be with Square Enix.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't Square Enix have that at their own presentation?
I think Nintendo gets like they did with Octopath Traveler. Square Enix let them show at Nintendo's conference.
I don't know.
I bet after Octopath Traveler, I could see a room for Mario RPG.
Because Ubisoft debuted Mario plus Rabbids.
They did.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know if it would be at Nintendo or
If-
Square Enix.
If that's true, Square Enix wise, like that, a smart move would have Nintendo do it
No.
rather than them.
No, smart would be Square Enix.
No way.
Yeah, it would.
Nintendo gets so much more
I
press
think
than.
I think more people are gonna be watching the Nintendo stream.
Yeah.
Well,
than
that's true.
Square Enix stream.
Yeah.
I think.
So-
I think
So it's going to be,
I'd
you're
go with
saying
Nintendo.
debuted at Nintendo.
Yep.
'Cause
Super Mario
they
RPG 2.
It could be shown first at Square Enix, and then like, yeah, we said this. Here.
Could be. Yeah.
Okay.
I just really want a sequel to that.
Okay. So we all know that Star Fox Grand Prix is a thing. It'll officially be revealed. It'll be released in October. And I also think that this game is going to be a Star Fox F-Zero mashup.
Mashup?
And you can play on tracks as well as outer space.
How would they introduce James Fox into the Star Fox? Because there's like that weird thing with the
I
names.
feel like crazier things have happened. Like there's already some
That's
lore
true. Yeah,
with Star Fox and F-Zero mashing up.
right.
I think I feel like both of these IPs are dormant. Like they're in like the shitter right now.
I also saw a leak, a kind of a leak thing that had a game called, I think it was F-Zero FX.
See, there's no
Fox?
way. There's no way.
F-Zero Fox?
Huh?
Huh?
Yeah.
I don't know.
F-Zero has been dormant for way too long, and it needs to come back.
I could see like a special cameo in some kind of form of Captain Falcon as like a Falcon. Like a ripoff of Falcon.
No,
No.
That would be amazing.
So Captain Falco or some shit like that?
Yeah.
That'd be tight. I'm down.
It's gonna have
I'm down for that.
it's gonna have fucking people from F-Zero in the Star Fox game.
Or like Donkey Kong in some kind of racer outfit.
So that way, like when they do the story mode, it'll be like Star Fox versus F-Zero when they're racing and shit. You can choose your team and stuff.
It'd be so messed up.
I would love that so much. Only Nintendo could get away with doing that.
I don't know if they could get away with that. Brent, we're on to your first Nintendo prediction.
I bet they give a quarter release date for Metroid Prime 4.
As in like spring or summer?
You're not gonna guess the quarter?
No,
Wrong.
I'm going to.
Oh, okay.
Wrong.
Wrong.
I'll tell you why in a second.
All right.
Mr. Guess.
My guess is quarter 2 of 2019.
Why is that wrong, Andy?
Pokemon Let's Go is not their big holiday title.
Get out!
Metroid Prime. This is another sketchy leak. Metroid Prime Renegade.
Renegade?
Metroid Prime Renegade is a December 2018 release title.
No.
Smash is coming in September, folks.
No.
I'm not talking Smash, this whole prediction thing, because we already know Smash is coming in September. This is their big holiday game. This is what they've been hiding. And they're going to announce it, and it's going to be fucking crazy.
Okay, so you're saying last year,
Yes.
logo.
Yep. I know.
This year, full game.
They have known that they were producing the Switch a long time ago. I think the studio making Prime Renegade has been working with the Switch hardware for a long time.
So they dropped the 4 and just call it Renegade?
That's what the leak said. I think it's going to be Metroid Prime something.
Sure.
I think it's December.
The leak's fucking wrong.
It's December. The leak didn't say December.
If
I'm
anything,
saying
yeah,
December.
Yeah, let's come out let's come out after Black Friday. That makes a good fucking sense.
I'm saying like holiday. So maybe November, whatever.
Piggyback off that, we get Metroid Prime 4 in summer of 2019.
Look at all you
Wrong.
fucking Metroid lemmings over here, just fucking dying.
Yeah, we need the
Dying at the Samus train.
It's happening.
I bet it's either summer or it's quarter 4 next year.
My second guess, last year, we heard about a new Kirby game that came out, and that's already came out.
Yeah.
We heard about a Yoshi game, too.
Yep.
Nothing fucking happened with that Yoshi game, which is weird. So I think Smash October.
Smash October?
Smash October, Yoshi September, Pokemon November.
You're crazy, bud. You're
Have
crazy.
you heard a possible name for this, which I think is
For-
Super Nintendo? Is
For
very
what?
for this Yoshi game,
No.
which I think is very Nintendo, and I think it hints on
Yoshi Island too.
Yoshi's Flippin' Island, is what I've heard.
Well, we've seen gameplay of this last year, right? It's like a cardboard kid cutout.
Yeah, I saw a
And
little
it's
bit.
Yoshi like going through it.
And he
Ooh.
flip maybe. I
Yeah,
don't
it
know.
does flip.
Yeah,
It's a lot like Yoshi's story.
Kind of.
Yoshi's Labo Island.
definitely. Oh, there you go.
Okay, which one I want to go with?
Well, it's Brent's turn.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Jesus, John.
I'm way off.
John just gets excited to announce Nintendo predictions.
Don't take my things.
Yeah.
Super Mario Maker port for January 2019.
I would love that.
Easy
For
Yep.
Switch?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's the one game they're not going to port, and they're just going to do a direct sequel to.
How do you make a sequel to a game that you do all the work for?
They didn't do anything.
I know, that's my point. Like,
Yeah.
how do you make a sequel to that?
I don't know.
64? No.
I bet they're just.
That'd be
It's
too
again,
crazy.
you're gonna get everyone to stop playing their Wii U's
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
buy if they don't have a Switch
Oh,
already.
I would love Super Mario Maker on my Switch. I'm like, don't get me wrong. I just feel like they're going to do something better than just a port for this one.
Okay, so let's say they do it. Is it this year or is it next year?
It's next year.
Next year.
All right, we're back to Andy.
Okay, so my next prediction, I think we're going to see a top-down Zelda game that
Oh
is
shit!
like more than one player and you can play with like the Joy-Cons, like one Joy-Con for each person.
Oh, that makes sense.
Something like Four Swords-esque or like Triforce Heroes or whatever. I think we'll see something like that for Switch. And I think they will give us a 2019, just a general year.
Interesting.
Yep.
Do you have a punny name for it?
I don't. This one I didn't see any leaks or anything. How about Zelda
Dungeon Crawl.
switched up?
Switched up.
Whatever.
Link's Dockening.
Link's Dockening. I would love a Link's Awakening world to come back.
Yeah.
No, the Windfish's Dream or whatever. Be sweet.
My next one's actually pretty safe in the grand scheme of things. I think we see the extended price plan of the Nintendo Switch online service with a Super Nintendo package and then some other console stuff. I bet they give us it's coming.
Okay.
For the Switch,
I think we'll
online.
see some clarification. I think we'll see more of the 20 games, but not like Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
No,
If the N64 Classic is a thing, they're not going to touch N64 on online.
it's
shit.
true. It's true.
Okay, for my third one, I'll also do an easy one. Super Mario Odyssey DLC will be shown for the first time.
God, I hope
And
so.
they do this every year. It's going to be released that day.
Where do you think we're going?
Oh god, Delfino Island is the easy guess that I could do, but I don't think they're going to do that.
I saw multiple fake leaks for Delfino Island.
Because that's so easy to
Yeah,
guess.
where somebody like leaked like a 3-second clip of it, and then like 5 other people like debunked it with like hour-long videos, and I watched the whole hour of it.
Mm-hmm.
We're on to Brent.
All right, I have no idea what they call it, but a new Mario Party game.
Who makes Mario Party? Hudson? Or Camelot?
Camelot makes tennis.
Okay.
Mm.
So Hudson makes Mario Party. And we haven't heard anything from Hudson.
We just heard about Mario Party, though, last year, top 100.
I bet December 2019 there's a new Mario Party game.
Unless it's like a top 100 port, which I would take. I don't think they're going to make a whole new Mario Party.
I sure better fucking hope so.
I would like that, but I don't think it's going to happen.
I hope it's like a throwback, too, to the original type of game boards. Not share a goddamn cart. It's so dumb.
But again,
Bowser.
with the Switch, like fucking 2 people can play automatically at the same time. Yeah. It makes sense for a fucking board game. The only board game on there is Monopoly. Who cares?
Exactly.
Give me Mario Party.
If they do it, I want them to go crazy with the minigames, with like what they can do with the Switch Joy-Cons.
Okay, so I can kind of corroborate this, and it's a weird one, and it's part of the same leak that gave us the Fortnite for Switch. Killer Queen Black.
I've heard about this.
Yeah,
I saw this. I don't know what this is.
So this is that arcade game that's at Up Down. That 5-on-5. Yeah, so there's a 5-on-5 big arcade game that's like a new game that is being produced and put out there at like barcades. And Killer Queen Black would be the console version of that, with probably more game modes and like online and like side-by-side play or whatever. The corroboration is that the official Twitter account for Killer Queen has a black avatar and a black header, and the leak included an icon for it, like a logo or whatever for Killer Queen Black. Yeah, so I think this is real. I think they'll announce it like during maybe Treehouse or whatever, but I think it'll be announced and confirmed.
Yeah, so this last part we'll just do rapid fire alternates just to get them out of the way, because I think we have some extra good stuff here. But mine were just a release date for Yoshi, which I put it was spring 2019. Then I put we get a Dr. Mario puzzle game that comes to just the eShop.
We did predictions about something. I don't know, Nintendo related for the podcast, so I was just doubling down on it. Animal Crossing will be at E3, and it'll be released with the Nintendo Online service.
Nope, get out.
And then one that I would like to happen, that I could see happen, but I really can't see happening, is that there will be a new like Super Mario Brothers collection, which will include new Super Mario Brothers 1 and 2, Wii U, and Luigi U.
That'd be really cool.
I would like that, because they don't have any like 2D Mario stuff.
And a lot of us like didn't get the chance to play some of those games that were on Wii U, so that'd be a good one to have. I'd buy that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I kind of already said it earlier, but just the since it's more believable, just a Fallout 4 port to Switch.
Think that gets released on Nintendo's conference?
Yeah, why not?
Sure. I think Bethesda would want that, but you never know.
Well, that's the thing. They could say, "Hey, we're making a remake of 3," and then Nintendo's like, "Yeah, it's coming to Switch too."
Skyrim was in like the Switch launch shit, so
yeah,
I could see it being in a conference.
One of the things Nintendo got criticized for last year was giving any attention to their main direct was for the 3DS. Do they repeat that this year, or do they
No.
keep it all Switch?
It's dead. Let it go.
It's not dead. They're gonna put 3DS stuff.
Yeah, they'll have a couple things for 3DS, I think, but it won't be the focus. Like, the
No.
focus will be Smash.
I think I heard news about like a month or like 6 weeks ago to where like 3DS is staying until like 2020. Like it's staying for the next couple years.
That's because they posted games for like Luigi's Mansion 2018, and I think they gave like Bowser's Inside Story remake.
Yeah,
For, like,
2019
15 as
release.
well.
I
Yeah.
mean, I honestly have thought since they announced that they're making the next gen Pokemon next
Mhm.
year, I think it'll get like the Smash Wii U treatment where
You
it
think
comes out on
so?
Switch and another version on 3DS. Yeah,
That'd be super
it is.
ballsy.
it has such an install base on 3DS. I think it makes sense in a way.
Yeah.
I also think they'll reveal Shovel Knight and Smash.
If you want to hear our
Yeah.
extended thoughts on everything Smash, go back to our Smash E3 predictions episode that we posted like 3 weeks ago.
There you go.
We go in full content there.
We were at the risk of going off right there. That was a good reel in of you, John.
But after going over all our predictions, just in general, how are you guys feeling about E3 this year? Are you stoked, or do you think there's going to be too much things leaked, or do you think we're still in for a lot of surprises?
Yeah, it never matters. Every time when E3 comes along, I always turn into like the 14-year-old version of myself, and I'm always excited.
Exactly. I'm the exact same way.
Yeah, I think like just the Nintendo announcement. Really, I'll watch the other ones if I'm home for it. I think
Yeah.
most of them are at night or on the weekend, like the early ones. So I'll probably see like Microsoft and
Yeah.
I vividly remember the Nintendo one.
Yep.
Between all of us, like we were there obviously, but the
Mhm.
the chat, like it was just a constant stream of just freaking out.
That was
Yeah.
just in March, right? The direct.
Yeah.
Yeah, where they revealed Smash with Splatoon. Oh, that was so good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
God.
I'm always gonna love this.
Yeah.
Shit, I always am.
That has been episode 45 of Super Media All Stars. You can find us on all kinds of social media. The first one being Facebook at Super Media All Stars. You can find us on Twitter at SMASPod. You can find us on Instagram at Super Media All Stars. You can check us out on all kinds of listening services. You can check us out on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher Radio, iHeartRadio. Anywhere you find a podcast, you'll find us on now. Also, be sure to check us out on YouTube. We have all our main content on there. Like I said, we had a Smash episode. We predicted all things for Smash. Pretty shortly here, we're going to have a Wonder Ball opening video that Jake did.
Nintendo Wonder Ball opening.
Yeah, it's cool stuff in there.
It is.
And then we have an hour of bonus video game music. Just a compilation of the best bonus video game music from the many generations. So be sure to check that out as well. But guys, I thank you for joining me on this giant E3 predictions episode. It was a lot of fun. We'll see you in about a week and a half how these things turn out. Till then, thank you for joining me. Audience, thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.
Game over, man. Game over.
Bye bye.
I am out of here.